Hello, I'm Caleb Klein, and this is.
Hello.
So, today I'm going to talk about language. And language is this thing that we all use every day. It's very important, it's necessary even. But what is it exactly? Is it just this thing that sits there and we speak its words and like la di do? Or is it something different? And it turns out that language is actually this constantly moving and changing thing. Um, And this is how Latin turns into so many languages like Spanish and Italian and French and Portuguese. Um, and it's amazing to see how it continuously moves and changes. Now, it does this through a few different ways. The first is sound changing. So sounds can weaken and especially erode away. Think of the word bottle. Well, it's got two T's in it, but we don't pronounce it bottle. We say bottle. And that's because over time we've gradually softened that to a D sound to make it easier to say, because we're always working and looking for ways to simplify our speech and make it easier for us. Um, so another thing, contractions come from this too. So you take the words cannot, do not, and will not, and in casual speech, we've simplified that to can't, won't, and don't because it's just easier to say. Another way that language changes with sound changing is vowels. Vowels change and shift quite a bit, and you can especially see this in accents. So if you have an American accent, I'll say mother, but in England, you'd say mother. And you can see how that's quite different, and you can even see the difference in accents all over the U.S. Words also, or sounds also go schwa, which means they turn into an sound. The word intelligent, by how it's spelled, you'd think it would be intelligent, but it's not. It's intelligent because it's easier for us to say. So here's an example of how I found my speech greatly simplifying. I'll go and with the sentence, I do not know. I'll take that, and I realize that I'm actually saying, I don't know. And then I think, I only said one consonant, the N sound, and the rest was just this like fluid vowel thing that I don't even know what. And it's crazy how much I've simplified my speech. So another way that language changes is grammaticalization. And one way this does this is content words becoming function words. Now, content words are words like apple and run, and these actually mean something. They're a concrete concept. Function words, which is what content words gradually become, are words like just, like I just wanted to go to the zoo, or even like I didn't even know where I put my apple. They mean something and they contribute to the sentence, but they're not like this concrete thing like an apple or running. So words also combine. So think of likable, edible, lovable. You'll have the word able attached to the end, and this gives a meaning of it's able to have the action completed. So also the word, the sentence I am going to, we have shortened that to I'm gonna, and even I'm a on occasions, but gonna, it kind of is a word that means will, like I will do that. So prefixes and suffixes also come from grammaticalization, where words kind of start to only be used when they're attached to other words, and they only add meaning to the words. Also, words change their meaning over time. This is semantic shift, and the word awful used to be awe, like full of awe or wonderful. Well, now today it means terrible, no good, or bad. The word nice, which is a French word, used to mean foolish, ignorant, and frivolous. And today it means agreeable, likable, nice. So that's quite different. Words also lose power. So the word awesome used to mean like, fantastic or amazing. Well, today it's just like, hey, you got a nice haircut. That's awesome. It's kind of lost its power when it comes to that. And the third way in which language changes is borrowing and mixing of languages. This can happen if there are two languages in a close proximity to each other, and this can also happen through conquest. So if one people takes another over, they'll probably give a lot of their vocabulary to that language. So this happened in the 11th century when the Norman French came and took over the English, and they gave them a lot of their French vocabulary. So some of that vocabulary is debris, energy, hotel, return. Those are all French in origin. And before that, the Norse had given us words like sky, skin, and skip that start with the letters SK. Spanglish is another good example of this, where somebody speaking English and Spanish can start to mix those languages and use the words interchangeably. So language changes based on the sounds changing, and also language grammaticalizing, and the words moving around and coming together and changing places, and also through the borrowing and mixing of languages. And this all leads to the changing and morphing of language that we know today. And when you start to understand this, it's amazing what you begin to notice and how it can change how you see the language around you. Thank you.